Welcome to Decision 2020, The Candidates. Now, in this edition, we're focusing on the constituency of St. Catherine Southeast. It's the battle between the JLP's Robert Miller and the PNP's Colin Fagan. First of all, Mr. Miller joins me in this segment or in this discussion. Mr. Miller, first of all, why are you so confident that you'll win this seat come September 3? Your opponent is insisting that he will be returned as Member of Parliament.
Thank you, Vashan. Thank you, viewers, for listening. I think my opponent is not in touch with the reality on the ground. I walk in the constituency of Southeast St. Catherine. The citizens have expressed, the desire of a change come September 3rd. They are lacking in terms of representation. They are lacking in terms of development. They are lacking in terms of opportunities. And they believe for too long, they have been taken for granted. For too long, the incumbent MP has failed them, has given them promises that have not been delivered. And they're prepared to give a change. They're prepared to give me a chance to see if I will uplift their constituency. And of course, I'm here to serve, and I will do that.
You mentioned earlier on when I spoke with you that you've been speaking to residents in the area and they have some priorities. They have some issues that they want fixed in the area. What are some of those areas?
Well, truth to be told, Vashon, I lived in the constituency of Southeast. I was schooled at the best high school, Bridgeport High School. I've been in touch with this constituency for quite some time. I've never left the country, even when I had no intention to apply for this constituency. I never thought that I would have been in this constituency. I've given back volunteer service to my alma mater, especially manager for the Manning Cup team, going back there to teach voluntarily to the business students. And the constituency has been stagnant. There's no room for opportunity. In terms that the system has failed Southeast St. Catherine. There's a lot of employment. There's a lot of unattached youth that need to be trained and retooled and placed in jobs or even given an opportunity to start their own businesses. The elderly need recreational areas where they can go and chill with their friends, so to speak. We need more green parks, where our kids can go and play. We need after-school programs. We need to revamp our sporting facilities to make them state-of-the-art facilities. Everywhere you go in the constituency, you'll find persons playing football or playing netball, but the facilities are not in touch with the modern society. We need to change the dust nuisance. There's a lot of dust nuisance in Southeast St. Catherine. Case in point, the climate park, where it was budgeted to be fixed and renovated for $70 million. That was overrun to $170 million, and nothing has been done there. When I'm the Member of Parliament, I want to change that climate park in a state-of-the-art recreational center, something similar, plus more, as Emancipation Park, where persons can, there will be a gym, etc., after-school area, and stuff like those. There are serious sewage issues in Southeast St. Catherine. There is a water storage issue in Southeast St. Catherine. It's an entertainment hub. So one has to look at how best we can position Southeast St. Catherine, to tap into that market. Back Road, for example, can rebrand the back road in an ecotourism sector. We can also promote Waterford. That's where majority of the artists in Jamaica came from. We can encourage citizens in Waterford to promote their properties as Airbnb, because persons really want to know what it's like in Waterford.
You mentioned employment in particular. What exactly will you be doing to fix that specific issue in the constituency?
Well, when I ran a research, I realized that unemployment was high on the agenda as one of the issues in Southeast St. Catherine. And one thing I did was I brought a program in the constituency, the YD program through Hartrust NTA, where we would train unattached youth without one subject, and we would give them a skill, data processing, We would train them for 7 weeks. That's in collaboration with World Bank. We would give them a stipend every 2 weeks, feed them every day, give them a test after the training, and place them in a job after they have been successful on the test. We got so far a cohort of 250, and we're still training as we speak. So stuff like those, I will engage. I had also education summit where we have a job bank, so to speak, of persons that are looking employment. And so far, we have found employment for over 300 persons since the start of this year alone. So there are ways and avenues in terms of also be that conduit for citizens in Southeast to get grants to start their own businesses, because the avenues are there. It's just for you to lobby for these persons.
One of the other things that has been a point of discussion throughout this election period is the turnout and what that might look like given the coronavirus pandemic. So what kind of work have you done to get more people in the area out on election day?
I think that's a serious and a valid response in terms of the COVID-19 issue. A lot of persons are afraid, to come out and vote, but they have articulated that they are willing to come out and cast their vote, because they want a change. We are putting our strategies in place to ensure that we get out our voters, get out our identified voters, and we are going all out to ensure that everybody comes out and vote. I must say as well that we are having our own COVID-19 protocol officers that will be sanitizing everybody that is coming to the polling station at every cluster. And we are taking steps, every car that will be used to transport voters to the polling station, we will sanitize right after, a voter is exited from that car. So we're putting strategies in place to ensure that persons' health are well taken care of. We encourage everyone to wear a mask, although we will provide masks as well, just in case persons do not have any, but we encourage persons to take their mask.
One of the issues that's been raised in relation to people who take over constituencies that others would have left is that of continuity. If it is that come September 3, you win this seat, what program that had been implemented would you continue?
Not if I become the Member of Parliament. When I become the Member of Parliament September 3rd, continuity for me is a must. I've been trying to find out what the incumbent has been doing in terms of his achievement. What are the plans that he has in the pipeline? I cannot get an answer for any. The incumbent boasts about the Cumberland High School perimeter fencing. That perimeter fencing was done by central government when someone invaded the school and someone was killed, and central government did that perimeter fencing. The incumbent also boasts about, the sixth form block at Bridgeport High School, my alma mater, so to speak. That sixth form block was implemented by central government as well. The Member of Parliament donated towards a classroom. Also, the incumbent boasts about the track at Bridgeport, running track that was done around 2 months ago, which I believe wasn't well thought of. I would have to engage persons around the table and find out how best we want to improve on that track. But I cannot think about any other plans that the incumbent has going on. I know for a fact, since I'm speaking about the sewage issue, especially in Edgewater, the incumbent came on board and, went around and getting information about that as well. That's a capital A project that needs to be done. The sewage issue in Edgewater and other communities caused by the asbestos pipe that is laid in the entire constituency of Southeast St. Catherine. That has to be removed because that is bad for health.
When I spoke with Mr. Fagan, he entirely disagrees with this argument that he's neglected the area and the people in the community are tired of his representation.
I know you would, because truth of a fact, Vashon, is that the Member of Parliament incumbent is not in touch with the people. The incumbent has not been there for the people. He has neglected the people. He has not represented the people well. He has not spoken out in Parliament for the people. And the people are just tired of it. The people are tired of being taken for granted, and the people just need a change. And I'm here to give that change. My track record speaks for itself. The community of Southeast St. Catherine made me who I am today. I left Bridgeport High School with 2 subjects, went to Northern Caribbean University, went to La Sierra University in California, obtained an MBA in marketing. I'm currently pursuing a PhD in government at the University of the West Indies. So they have made me into who I am, and I'm planning to serve them, to give back to the community. And I know their concerns. I know what they're experiencing. I know what they're feeling. I am more in touch with the population, with the demographic that is in Southeast, and that is way past the incumbent.
Thank you so much, Mr. Miller, for joining us for this episode of Decision 2020, The Candidates. Now, on behalf of the entire production team, I'm Vashon Brown. Thank you so much for watching.